kind of still on topic. We talked about some things that we considered across the line, or some things we considered acceptable and some things we considered less acceptable.
Yeah.
I feel like we recently see. I mean, I've used Floyd Mayweather as the recent example, but there's been many before him. He just seems to have got maybe the best job, and he's got like the full package.
He's
And
just
he's
mad.
basically got a full head of hair now, and a full joining beard, no gaps, nothing. And prior to that, he just had like a goatee, innit?
Yeah.
Big goatee. How do we feel about, I guess, male hair transplant? I guess we never think about it with women, but women would probably be even more inclined to get it, innit? But whatever reason, like it's a man thing now. I guess women are at less risk of losing their hair. But how do we feel about, I guess, just the hair transplant separately? And then how do we feel about the beard thing? Because I guess that's more obvious. Like we all had hair at some point. Not everyone necessarily had a beard. How do we feel about that? And then I guess there's a few others that we could possibly go into after.
I was just trying to get a picture of
seeing a lot of different stuff. I'll get one up. I'll put one up in the edit.
But you won't be able to get
amazing.
Obviously, after a couple of months, his thing's gonna look mad.
Yeah, we need to see how he's gonna look. Yeah, it's gonna look mad.
I'm like, if it makes you feel better and you're not harming anyone, I'd say get it done. For me, I feel like at what point do you just not settle or accept what life has given you, because you're always going to be chasing. There's always something that you don't have. And I just think, like, where does it stop? And when should you say to yourself, I'm happy with what I have? And you accept, you can't have it all. But if you can go do it and it makes you feel better about yourself, like, man losing like the hairlines like, when they're 19 and that's a tough break. So I understand why people do it. And some people got mad big heads and that, and it might not suit me.
I think it's calm. We had this discussion. I think it was a couple of weeks ago.
I think, you should probably embrace sometimes what you have.
And it's someone said it at the start of this. I think you did, Rich, and I said, yeah, I'll fuck with it. It's like it's not an enhancement as such, innit? Or it's not a change. You're not knocking down the wall. For the most part, it's people might have hair, lose it, and then just want to get that.
It's like changing the wallpaper, new lick of paint. Kind of thing. That's how you see it. It's something you had in it.
Rather, you're not changing your head shape or like fucking. I think it's calm still. And Floyd's thing,
liposuction.
Floyd's thing. It's early days, but it looks like he's gonna have the ill shape up and fade. Like.
You know, I'm here for it, man. I rate it. Anyone, anyone that's done it, I'm like, yeah, man, go do your thing. Because I just think, I guess women have been doing it for a while. And I guess it's been widely accepted and people are cool with it ish. So I think it's not Mandem's turn, but if man want to go get something done or enhanced or slightly changed, then like by all means go and do it. And like Dan said, like if it makes you feel better, it makes you feel happy, then by all means go and do it. If there's something that you feel uncomfortable about and you're able to change it, don't let anything stop you from doing it. But the flip side of that, again, like Dan said, is when do you stop? So you do your hair right, then you do your beard right, then I guess teeth will be next, right? Then you're looking in the mirror thinking, I don't really like my nose, then you change your nose, then
and that's where it gets too much. And that's where it's too much for me for like
my chin doesn't really go with like my nose.
Shave that down, bro.
Then then it gets a little bit techie. So I think you have to be strong minded to want to do what it is that you want to do and stop there. But I on the other side of that, I'm all here. Like if I had the P to put to do it, I probably would.
Don't make it some addiction, like they say, like tattoos.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Rich? Because I know you had a bit of a different feeling towards it when we discussed it.
No, I'm not. I can't remember what I said when we discussed it. Remind me if you need to.
I think man were comparing it to like cosmetic surgery and stuff like that, which is I think like it's different.
You think it's a bit of an exaggeration?
It's a bit different.
It's. I guess it's. Is it cosmetic surgery? It is, right?
It probably falls under it, but
it might fall under that umbrella.
When you compare, it's a bit of
it's less invasive.
I think.
I don't think, well, to my knowledge, I don't think anybody say died trying to get a hair transplant. Whereas I know the same that has happened, say, with breast or some of the more conventional cosmetic surgeries.
You get your cement put in for your BBL.
Yeah, like that's so mad. I'm not against it. I'm not against it, but I guess the thing that springs to mind is what you lot have alluded to is like the slippery slope. And I feel like as technology gets better, let's say in 30 years time from now, like, what won't you be able to do? Like, and then everyone then like I'm worried that the slippery slope of never accepting, I guess, because it's only a matter of time before blood. I could turn myself into Mike if I wanted to.
But they in the news, sorry, Rich, I see in the news the other day, a guy had a mad car crash a couple of years ago, and I think they performed the first face transplant on him. And that's to your technology question. We're already
we're already going down that
to get in there,
that route,
I'm a face transplant. Like, that's mad for your brain. Like,
because you could do that. There's people that like gone under mad face surgery to look like Michael Jackson.
Yes, can you remember that?
Some guy tried to look like Clark Kent, like Superman.
There's a Ken doll. There's loads of them.
Barbie.
That's all of that's mad, isn't it?
I think it's only a matter of time before there's more of that. Like, it's kind of happening already when you think about. I think it's more prominent in the female space, just because I guess aesthetics mean more in that space. But it seems to be happening at an increased rate in the male space now. Like within the last 5 years, I've seen some shit I never really thought I'd see. And I'm just worried about the I guess the ability, once we have the ability to do certain things, why not? Someone joked in the Mandem group about I say joked about what it actually happened. Someone got a height, I don't know if you call it a transplant or
yeah.
And I'm like, how long before?
Wait, that didn't happen to one of the Mandem. That happened to someone in the world. And Mandem put someone got I remember seeing like a documentary, a leg extension, leg lengthening. Like he might have grown like 4 inches or something. Yeah, but his thing was mad though, because he went from like 5'4" to like 5'7" or some shit.
But
no point.
I'm just hoping that man feel that it's done its job, because that feeling of.
But 3 inches though, like
supposed to be amazing, like, and then you get that 5'7", you're like,
and everything's still the same, like.
Yeah. But 3 inches could be a lot. Because if I was to be like 5'11", like I'm punching man up.
Chill.
Why do you always think? Why do you always think? Yeah, that when you're tall.
Not that I wouldn't already, but like with ease, innit?
You can't keep lifting your weights that yard, and then we'll talk one day.
Right.
I'll start punching.
Yeah, that though. Even though Mike's mucking around here, it's like I think there's a beauty in accepting you. I've often, or somebody's often said that like you find like guys that are like fat or chubby, they're always like hilarious. Or you find a really pretty girl, and these are stereotypes, but you find a really pretty girl and she's an idiot, or a super wedge man and he's got no brain. Like I feel like what you are produces kind of like a certain kind of personality from whatever your limitation may be. And if we don't have that, we're just like, I don't know, maybe I'm like theorizing bare far in the future, but we're just clones, like we're just man are gonna basically be avatars, like
I hear what you're saying. I hear you. It can potentially be a slippery slope for certain people.
It's a bit mad. That being said, though, back to the actual question, I'm not against the hair transplanting. I do get it. I do get it. The beard one, as someone who's facially challenged, let's say, there's something I still like don't rate about the beard one. But again, I get it. I wouldn't get it.
I'm not too keen on the beard one because it's on my face. If that makes sense. You can't like say something goes wrong and I do it on my head. I'd probably try and wear a hat.
You're just gonna be bald or whatever.
Yeah. But on your face, it's hard to hide that, and
scarring
I don't like keloids and that. It could be mad. Yeah.
If they could show you how you look with it proper, because with that, it's you might get and not like it.
That's with everything,
that's
isn't
true.
it?
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah,
That's the
Yeah.
risk. That's probably
gamble.
that's the saddest part of it all.
Mm.
Yeah, spend all your money, go through the pain, the recovery, and then you're just like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's,
this
You
is
don't rate
man.
it. It doesn't match the fantasy you had.
yeah. I kind of know
Like
someone
being
that's
3 inches taller, you can
that's
see
done
everything
that.
from
Yeah.
like a small difference. Like, you're like, oh, this isn't even live. Like,
But-
he paid some serious dough for that as well.
fam, they broke his legs. Like,
Yeah,
like pre that, yeah. A man had to break your legs in order for
Shambles.
this to happen. That's too much, man.
That's
Tough.
Too much.
But
Which
yeah,
you know someone that had regrets after a procedure.
yeah, I wouldn't call it a procedure. It was a slight enhancement, but it's something they wanted to do for time. Done it, but then never went back to, I guess, do it again.
Finish.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Just because, they weren't too keen on what it
The
looks
result.
like.
Yeah.
And even
Okay,
I guess semi bit of not the feedback so much. I'll explain it to
Mhm.
you afterwards. It just didn't want to do it again. So it's not always. You always think you're gonna look a certain way and it will improve this and do this, but sometimes you get there and you're like, actually, I don't really like it. Or I guess, not the people you're doing it for, but you think, I'm gonna do this and people are gonna rate it like, oh, you look sick now. But then you do it and people are like, oh, right, like you got that done. Like,
yeah.
It's not really okay. Like, like you didn't need. You
That's
don't really
what I'm
need to do
kind of
that.
getting at, Les.
I'm interested in this
Like,
still.
are you really doing this for you?
And that's what it is. And I think I was gonna say, to your point, saying that it's been picking up in the last 5 years with Mandem, and I said girls as well. I think social media's played a massive part in it. With man with the perfect hairline and the beard and the white straight teeth and I think that's bleeding over into like the regular man kind of wanting to spend their hard-earned P on doing these things. And again, if it makes you happy and that's something that you want to improve on, by all means go and do it. But don't do it with the thought of, I'm going to look sick and people are going to rate me because my hairline's straight or it's fuller or I got a
Can't
bigger
buy
beard.
happiness, man.
Yeah. Of course.
Your reasonings for doing it need to be concrete and solid before you even put the money down to go and do it.
Yeah, and that's because it's a fair amount of money as well. All of these things.
None of this shit's cheap.
They're not cheap. They're not cheap.
But if I could order abs on Amazon Prime, like
Next day.
fam, next day, let me tell you, fam, I'm all in that.
Yeah.